depending on how much the extortion was. So it shows that the guy collecting it from Big U was getting a quarter or a half. All right. So there's a lot of overt acts in this. Give me 1 second. You know who I seen actually talk about this pretty much decently? Bruce Rivers, the criminal lawyer. Y'all watch him?
You know, it's like, and not only that, you don't have the resources that all these different agencies that have specializations within. It's they didn't invent this.
Things like we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to, counting everything, right? And we be like, how the fuck that?
What I'm gonna tell you is we'll follow this.
You get what I'm
All right, he's just showing video. All right, so I just want to. All right, never mind. Let me just keep going over the indictment. Okay, so now this is the prostitution thing. So on November 10th, on an intercepted call, Henley calls Armani Aflage. Okay, her name is Mani, and she's offered $1,000 to transport women from LA to Las Vegas to engage in pandering and prostitution. And on an intercepted call, Flage asks the defendant, how many girls I need to bring? And Big U says, that's on you. Flage says, I'm about to bag some bitches. Guaranteed. I don't play no games. Henley says, sent $1,000 via Zelle to rent a car to transport women. It says, through text, Flage sent the defendant photographs of women she was transporting. Henley sent $500 via Zelle for the trip. And on an intercepted call between Henley and Flage and another person, Big U says, I told you. Remember when I told you I'd be in Vegas? That's her. She gonna make every bitch get naked. Right there, bitch, get naked. Give my brother some head right now. On June 29th, on an intercepted call to learn that law enforcement interviewed her, Big U remarked that he was stressed out because investigators approached a woman who he was having sex with and talked about how Big U was trying to buy girls to be a pimp. Wow. This nigga Big U was just too much on the phone. On another call, Big U said, shit, so you gonna get me and say my crime is sending girls money for sex? Is that my crime? Wow. Now they're talking about the basketball players. Donor one, an NBA All-Star player, transferred him $20,000. That was supposed to be a charitable donation. Donor 2, Music Publishing Corporation, sent $24,000. Then also Developing Options pocketed $19,000 donation from Donor 3. Donor 3, a content aggregating video blog. What? That sounds like WorldStar. Content aggregating video blog and co-producer of the Check It In podcast. Let's see. Check It In podcast. Big U. Yeah, that was done with WorldStar, right? That was done with WorldStar, I think.
How on Con Star nigga called the concert talking about.
Yeah, Big U and WorldStar Hip Hop. What? He was extorting WorldStar, but when did Q from WorldStar die? When did Q from? Yeah, he died in 2017. So I know WorldStar is ran by the family of Q right now. But they donated $19,000. It was intended to support the football team, not to benefit him personally. And he transferred $15,000 of the donation to his personal bank account. Donor 4, a nonprofit organization whose goal was to revitalize South Los Angeles, donated $10,000, and Big U used the entire $10,000. Donor 5, former most valuable player. This is Shaq, I think. This is Shaq. Intended to support the football team, not to give to Big U. They gave $20,000 and they said Big U took $13,000 out of it. Donor 6, a production company, wired $100,000 to developing options that was intended to support the Rams football team, not to benefit him personally. And out of the $100,000, he took $36,400. Donor 7, god damn, how many people donated? A nonprofit donor advised fund that disperses charitable donations from individuals and companies to nonprofit organizations on behalf of multinational music company was intended to pay direct programs. They gave $50,000, he took $32,000. Yeah, Big U is on one, man. They received $100,000 in SBA funds. Okay. This is just like really laborious at this point. It's just a whole bunch of other shit. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Enforcement was arresting us, superseding or this ex.
And then I'm looking at the people they arrested. How you gonna go arrest people that I don't even talk to? That's a built-in liar right there. You know what I mean? So, is that how they gonna work the case? Everybody know I don't fuck with Cannon. Everybody know I don't fuck with Brick Baby. So if you want to arrest certain dudes, and put them next to me, them is the dudes you gonna have to call themselves turning against me. Well, ain't no turn against me.
So he's accusing them of snitching.
I ain't going for that. You might as well go get 600 and whack. These dudes been saying I did shit all year. So what they doing is they go on the internet and these dudes say that I did shit on the internet. Then when you say I did on the internet, they go investigate it. Now you raiding my houses, raiding my shops, raiding all this stuff, and talking about I'm committing crimes and covering up with developing option. What crimes am I committing to cover up with developing option?
Anyway.
Rap News Street, there's confidential informants, molded up the whole situation with Big U and Deja Vu, where it was said that Big U has shook down 30 racks out that situation. But the key thing, man, is who is Dale Morrison? Now, he's not only a rat, he's actually a club promoter, and I would say somewhat of an entrepreneur throughout the city. And the next question one may ask is, why Dale Morrison? Why was he being shook down? It seems like this dude is one of them guys playing all sides. Now, the key thing is Dale Morrison has been in the mix around all these dudes for a long time. Like I said, he's a club promoter, and anybody know these club promoters, they're the ultimate people person. But especially when you promoting black businesses, black clubs, black parties, you're gonna end up intertwining with the hood at some point, especially in LA. So we've seen Dale Morrison, not only with Big U, we've seen him with Nipsey, we've seen him with Gilly the Kid, Joe Moses. Like I said, this dude has been around everybody in the city, and we gotta put this out so nobody else falls into the games that this dude is playing. Now, the paperwork has painted him out to be a victim, and on the contrary, painted Big U to just be
that's
somebody
victim
that
one.
got him in a headlock. But Dale Morrison is actually playing his own games in these streets, man. So the key thing right now is Morrison is under his own federal indictment, which has nothing to do with any of these dudes in this indictment, with this Big U Rolling 60 situation. This dude had his feet in the streets, a full participant in the life of criminality. He's not just some weed shop owner that's trying to make a living and ends meet by playing it fair. This is the misconception of this whole situation. Now, the indictment that he's allegedly the main defendant on is a conspiracy with the intent to possess narcotics. Also possession with the intent to distribute
Bird BM,
narcotics.
thank you, bro.
And the main key thing is the feds are alleging that Dale Morrison is using businesses in LA as fronts, including the same business that Big U was allegedly shaking down.
The weed
So
shop.
we've seen Morrison with multiple different businesses. MLB Investments and Holdings, M4 Morrison Media Marketing and Management, DMO 20 Consultants LLC, Everybody Eats, which is also synonymous with the Everybody Eats Genetics cannabis business, which he's affiliated with. Now, at the time when he was allegedly participating in the conspiracy, some of these businesses were operating off some high rises off Fig. Now, as of today, he's changed the addresses to these businesses. But in 2020, it's alleged that he was working with 4 other co-conspirators by the names of Jordan Jackson, Keyshawn Brandon, Brittany Duff, and Deja Purifoy. Now, everybody except for Keyshawn Brandon was operating in Ohio. Keyshawn Brandon, aka Keys, is said to be Morrison's bodyguard, or security, so to speak, that protects his criminal endeavors. And it's said that on July 25th, 2020, Keys was chaperoning around 7,000 grams of meth, approximately 2,000 grams of powder, and around 5,300 grams of weed from LA to Ohio, which is when they got pulled over. And somehow, some way, it comes out that this shipment came from Dale Morrison. Now, mind you, this is July 2020. In the Big U indictment, the Fed said they didn't start watching Big U until February 2021, after the alleged murder committed by Big U in Nevada. But again, they was already watching the 6-0s in 2020, and they were able to track 8 USPS packages sent from Ohio to different addresses in LA, some in the 40s, a business in the Mansfields, and of course, a Addy in the 6-0s, where it said that around 150 racks had came from Ohio and touched down in LA, which the feds are alleging is proceeds that Morrison was receiving in this drug conspiracy. Now, 6 days after they got caught in that car, Morrison's house was hit July 31st, 2020, where it said this dude also had a bunch of weapons. But he wasn't fully taken in on this indictment until a year later, April 28th, 2021. But the Big U document alleges that he was a known extortion target since the beginning of their investigation on Big U. So as we see here in this Big U paperwork, it states victim 1 has a criminal history that includes arrest for narcotics conspiracy and distribution in violation of Title 21, Section 846, respectively, for which he is pending sentencing. It's still an open Fed case. He hasn't been sentenced. Why? Because he's using his telling on Big U in this indictment, in which it says that victim 1 will likely receive cooperation credit based on this case in his unrelated pending drug case from the United States Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Ohio. So this information right here is why there's no need for guessing. There's no need for allegations. There's a lot of bunk that's coming out. Is this dude snitching? Is he snitching? You know, people grasping at straws just for the content. The paperwork is telling us who these people are. Now, like I said, in the forecast, there are some snitches that's coming out, but you know, that's neither here nor there because we have to move factually when we talking about people as rats. And this is what I mean by this is a dirty character right here. He caught an unrelated Fed case before any of this situation and immediately started pointing fingers at the big fish because he's a little fish in the streets, but nonetheless, he's still in the streets. He's not some innocent victim just floating around getting a noogie on his head. You know what I'm saying? And then with that situation that they had at Deja Vu on Big U Party in 2021, he complained and snitched about Big U pressing him and the other promoter for 30 racks, but then he turns around the next year and still promotes his next party in 2022 at Cheetahs. This dude playing street games, but when the big fish come and collect, he want to point the finger now. But he got some even nastier work on his name. He's also been convicted of a robbery, and guess what? Human trafficking of a minor under the age of 18. Wow. Shit, I see why he's getting pressed. This is a weird dude in the streets. And it's also said that he has ties to SWAK 100. We're gonna get to that though. Now, one can make the argument that Big U wouldn't even be under an investigation by the feds if it wasn't for this dude. Reason being is because The homicide that took place in Nevada was under investigation by the police in Nevada, not the feds. This dude comes along, and now you have the full RICO where we're talking about money, extortion, and robbery being involved into a full enterprise with Big U. Now, along with CW1, Morrison also told the feds about the Adrian Broner situation. He had a recording on Big U when he sat down with him April 14th and April 15th of 2022. He was mic'd up when Big U was talking about the Adrian Broner situation. Now, like I said, this is the same person that Loose Cannon admitted to robbing. This is one of the main reasons why Loose Cannon is sitting down. Not only did Loose Cannon talk on the podcast, but what sealed his fate was the dude he robbed was working as an informant. So like I said, all he had to do was corroborate the story that Loose Cannon told as being factual. And of course, with him being the victim, it was extremely easy for Loose Cannon to get snatched up. Now, like I said, he was around all these dudes before this investigation popped off, and he was around all the way up to when they got hit. But in the Big U video, we also spoke about a time when the Nevada police had went to Big U's house to pay him a visit in regards to the murder that took place out there. We see Dale Morrison on the wiretap with them later on that night, giving extortion payments to Vay. And he also dug into multiple details to the feds about how Big U tried to get him to line up other weed dealers and other businesses in the city. But the key thing, this dude was making 25% off of the tape. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like this dude was just living the worst life possible. He got tired of being punked, and his run-in with the feds in the situation in Ohio has led to him becoming spooked. And he's using that to get from up under Big U's thumb. Like I said, we seen this dude with all the rappers, promoting all the parties. We seen him promoting Filthy Rich, everybody. This is not somebody you want to be around. I'm gonna keep it real. You never know who else he gonna throw up under the bus to lighten up that federal indictment that he got looming over his head. And it's one thing called a sentence memorandum. That memorandum right there breaks down everything in regards to your sentencing. You meet with the judge and they go over everything. All the people that's there for you in the courtroom, all the letters from your employers, your family, all the mitigating factors that you're using to try to get the judge not to send your ass all the way up the river. And like I said, at that point, that's when these cooperation credits are going to take effect, and it's going to drop his points down and lessen the blow of that offense. That document is still sealed, and he's not sentenced yet. Mind you, this offense happened in 2020, and he went down in 2021. Here we are 4 years later. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get sentenced until after everybody in this Big U indictment is taken care of, because we may see this dude on the stand if anybody takes it to trial, which I'm highly doubting right now. But like I said before, this dude participated in countless wiretaps. It seemed like Vay and Big U stayed on this dude on the phone.
All right. I'm Big U now, bro. Pause. Okay. Let me just touch on this Sauce Walker thing, man. So Sauce Walker, he's now doing his first couple of interviews after being shot and his artist getting killed right next to him. And in a surprising turn of, either fate or just what people would not expect from a street dude, Sauce Walker actually says he has no plans to retaliate against the shooters. And basically almost says, listen, whatever their issue was, they did what they did. And shit, I know I was probably at wrong place, wrong time, but I'm not about to be on I'm about to slide type shit. Listen.
Extreme to take from you. Extreme. That's the point. You also have to incorporate. These people are willing to do the extreme to take your belongings or to take your life. And sometimes people always think motherfuckers coming at the next black person or the next person in this world, a lifestyle, to take their belongings or to take their valuables. Sometimes it's about taking your life.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you understand the power that you hold, where you can have right now a lot of chaos going on. But I like how you're turning into something else.
Yeah, I can. If I wanted to, I could have motherfucking 400-500 different men, good men down here from different cities and states, including mine, around here ready to do whatever by snapping my finger in retaliation to what happened to me and my little brother. But as much as it hurt my soul and it really break me down, I'm damn near getting emotional right now thinking about the shit that I can't retaliate because that's not righteous. Because my brother had his own dealings as a man that a nigga gotta respect, and a motherfucker had the opportunity to make me 100% accountable for the same thing that they felt, whatever the situation is. Because I still don't know what the situation is with my brother, but whatever it was, they could have held me the same level of accountable that they did him and took my life for no reason the same way, whatever that his was taken for. So at the end of the day, I gotta be a man and be an honorable gangster and respect the fact that I put myself in a place where I wasn't supposed to be standing and sitting there. But as a gangster and as a brother, I'ma stand next to my brother no matter whatever this nigga got going on or whatever his personal beefs or problems is. If we shook hands and became in the same alliance before that, then I gotta adapt and adopt your problems to a certain extent too. So I put my name on your face, you represent my company, I represent you. I gotta inherit some of your problems. Like, was taking my brother life really worth it? Is me trying to retaliate approval points for some niggas or for some Instagram comments and some posts, or did you slide for him, this and that? Like, a nigga been doing this shit since a nigga was a teenager, bro, adolescent. You know what I'm saying? Handling this business for the business, standing on.
All right, let me jump in here and say this. Basically, Saul says, yo, I'm not about to try to go kill a bunch of niggas who did this. You know, I'm gonna be a respectable gangster and realize that whatever was going on with Say So P and whoever who killed him, that's just some personal shit, and that's some shit I should stay out of. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. While I think Saul SWAK makes all the way sense in the world, I definitely got to be like this. If I'm a young artist and that's his demeanor, he's not stepping behind me no matter what, I would definitely I'd feel a way about what he's saying. Like, yo, he's making it seem like, yo, all right, man, that nigga died, but that nigga sowed the seeds. Like, it is what it is. I'm good, and I'm not mad at the niggas who did it. Again, I think optic-wise, it looks kind of odd. I'm not gonna lie to you.
On the business, laying on the business, leaning on the business. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point is, when does this shit end? What is the fucking trophy for this shit besides a bunch of niggas saying, ooh, you him, that nigga there.
Real talk.
He a demon.
Real talk.
He's stumping. He's stepping for real. He's stumping. Ain't none one of these niggas saying that you stepping or stumping finna help you pay for no lawyers. They're not finna take care of your kids. If they see your baby mama heartbroken and fucked up because you in dead or jail, they gonna be the nigga trying to fuck your baby mama and move in your house and sleep on your bed because he wanted to be you that bad, but he couldn't get this bitch while you sitting there in his face. Or while you active and attractive being the man that you is, he could never get this bitch. But he gotta wait for this bitch to be vulnerable and slide in on your shortcomings as a man when he's supposed to be there giving his woman support and being the step uncle, being the godfather, the god uncle, like, you know what I'm saying, being an honorary man, you know what I'm saying, and representing what fatherhood would have been if my best friend and my brother would have been here to been for you as your father. Niggas just got the whole game fucked up. So like me, I just want to take the opportunity that I have with the platform, the voice that I have, to try to speak out to the people that ignorance is not the answer every time.
It's not.
Yeah, I don't know. Love Sauce, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Optically, I think a lot of what he's doing doesn't look good. Bro, your man's died, your artist died. Dog, you're running promo on your page and getting interviews and shit like that. Like, bro, like, at least look a little bit like you care. And I do think he cares, but I think it's hard for it to come across like that when that's all we're seeing. You know what I mean? When you speak about him dying, it's not like, damn, it's fucked up, man. Like, I don't care what he was into, man. Like, I fuck with him. And even if you don't gotta be like, oh, I'm about to go kill some people for him, it feel like you were like, yo, listen, man, the streets handle what they handle, and I'm moving on. Which is like, I think that's a crazy way to look at it. You know what I mean? Especially if I'm that dude's loved ones, and I probably sent them out to be in Houston to hang with you and get some drip and some sauce and to try to blow up, and the guy dies and you'll be like, well, you know what I mean? It is what it is. All right. No, whoa. Y'all don't I'm not saying I want him to crash out. What I'm trying to say is that I want him to at least, like, it's not only saying about this whole slide shit. So SWAK has kind of came across more like, I think it died. It is what it is, but I'm still here. I'm gonna recover. I'm good, and I'm like, it feels pathetic to say, bro, could you at least act like you care? But that's kind of what it is. Like, could you at least act like you give a fuck, my nigga? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of your actions are telling people who are around, like, it makes it feel like you didn't give a fuck, even though I do think he gives a fuck.
Doing was leading these.
Anyway. All right. Okay. What else is popping? Well, I did have a little bit of a list. By the way, I feel like I'm going to give you in real time updates with Ye. Ye told me. He's like, hey, could you send me the link with the bigger version with no edits? I might want to run that one. And I'm like, okay, at least Ye he's cognizantly and actively trying to talk to me about what do you want to do with this thing? Okay. Let's see. Where's my list? Oh, here we go. Okay. Let me knock out these rest of these topics. Chat, remember, I still got to keep my voice a bit. My voice is starting to sound bad, but it's all good. Did Nav diss OVO? Did y'all listen to the Nav album? So people believe that Nav dissed OVO, okay? Some people put up lyrics, say he attempted to diss Drake when he says, got a lot of problems I deal with. Talking about blood, I spill shit. Talking no cap, I get peeled quick. OVO body, I build bitch. Say you want some smoke, get turned into a zip. Thought you was a man, but you turned to a bitch. Thought you was blood, now you turned to a crip. I'll get you whacked for half of my fit. Now, this was a song. What's the name of the song? It's On My Way to Rexdale. Now, give me 1 second. Where is it? Wait, where's the song? Am I tripping? Okay, I think, is this it? Nav, Rexdale. Wait, why can't I find the song? Genius. Okay. Am I tripping? I'm so fucking stupid. What's the name of the song? Because I'm over here searching the album. I was playing it earlier. Let me see. It's 101, Real Me, no. Keep Going, no. What's the name of the song? Is this a song? Oh, yeah, it's called Back to Business. Yeah, Back to Business, my bad. I never heard him rap like this before. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? Right there. Now, I could definitely say Nav hit me. Shout out to Nav. Y'all know me and Navaraj got a good relationship now. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's gang. It's gang. When I squash beef with niggas, I'm cool with them now. So me and Nav, we cool. Nav did hit me. Said, Nav said, yo, broski. I don't know if he's going to clear it up publicly, but he said, broski, yo, they're writing my lyrics down wrong. Essentially, he said, and I think Genius got it right, he doesn't say OVO body. He doesn't say OVO body, I build, bitch. He says over your body. And apparently people took it as that. I think if we go to Genius, I think the lyrics are going to be there. Nav. So if we go, you know you can see the lyrics on here, right? The official lyrics. Here we go. Or maybe it's only on the Bean. Wait, why can't I see the? This is a desktop version. Why can't I see the? Okay, I'm just looking at my phone. So when you go on your phone on Spotify, oh, I'm over here playing on my computer from the phone. You could literally see the lyrics if they uploaded lyrics. Let me see if they did. Oh, they didn't upload lyrics. That's the problem. Because I'm on my phone, I can't see any type. Let me see, can I? Yeah, I'm not seeing the lyrics on Spotify. Okay. So anyway, the whole gist of this is that Nav's album's out. I'm pretty sure this is like good promo for him, but he did hit me. He said, yo, Ak, they were misquoting me. He didn't speak about OVO, but I knew what line he was saying because we posted it where people felt like he said, OVO body, I build, bitch. But it appears he said over your body, okay? So it's not OVO. But I know people look at him because he's cool with Cash, he's cool with XO, he's cool with pretty much everybody Drake don't like, and people are expecting that maybe he's firing a shot at Drake. That's not the truth. So that's not the truth, okay? So he did hit me up. He said that's not the truth. Okay. Let me get to this real quick. Yo, I love rappers, man. I love rappers. So Young Thug, King Spider, he put up today, yo, y'all motherfuckers are going to have to beg me to drop this shit. No sissy, okay? And people roasted the shit out of him. Unfortunately, rappers still think that, they're God's gift to earth, even after a lengthy prison sentence where, with all due respect, Young Thug, you should be trying to drop music in a good enough timeline that people still care about that story of you getting locked up and you getting found, you pled out, but you basically beat the majority of what they were trying to do to you. People seen you being in a good space and you seen you trying to be a musician, trying to give them music, they would be happy. Instead, you're talking about niggas got to drop you to beg you to drop music. Now, here's the reality. Young Thug, you're a phenomenal artist. But right about now, niggas ain't begging you or nobody else for no goddamn music. Music is low-key at a standstill. We're getting good music from here, good music from there, shit popping off on TikTok. Get out of, I don't know what type of big-headedness you got where you think people about to beg you for you to drop music. No, my nigga. We'll beg you to get back with Gunna because that other shit you be doing, you picked the wrong side in that one. Get back with Gunna. That's what we'll pick you to do, okay? That's it, right? Look in the comments. We good. We got YB now. Keep it. We're waiting on Blueface. YB, we free. We good. We grown as hell, dog. We good. Cardi just dropped, and YB's home. Somebody said, bro, think this is 2014. Now, keep in mind, fans are so fickle and love to hate. It's so much fun dropped in like 2020. We was bumping the shit out of it. Got more plays than any of his albums ever. Somebody said, we ain't begging for shit. We got Cardi. Unfortunately, people now look at waiting for music or begging someone to drop music like a Cardi thing. They say you're trying to force the Cardi effect. YB's out, we're good. We're still streaming music, which is Cardi's album. You ain't Cardi. Cardi. And again, yo, Young Thug, bro, just drop your music, bro. At the end of the day, if you want time with your family, your girl, you can have all the time in the world. But I do think it's about time that if you cared about some of the added publicity of the fact that you went through one of the craziest trials and one of the craziest situations in hip hop history, if that doesn't give you proof or incentive for you to drop, nigga, don't drop. Don't drop. Like, we're not about to beg you. You're a great artist, but don't drop then. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't believe Thug fell off at all. Low key. We got the shooters identified in the SWAK incident, and this is one of the YNs that was caught on camera, and this is how police got him. This is the vehicle used in the murder. They tracked this vehicle to somewhere. Think they went to McDonald's. Nigga was about to get a filet of fish, and they got this nigga hopping out of the car. Whoa, is that a Drake on his hand? What's in his hand? Yeah. See that right there? Boy, it look like he got Drake on him, man. You can see him clearly. This is another nigga that's in a car. Now, they're saying that there's been a warrant been issued, and this dude supposedly is 21-year-old Jaden Dandridge in regards to the shooting. And they're saying, Sauce Walker got shot in the leg. We all know. Say so P, he died. They're offering a $6,000 cash reward. They're saying that there was a retrieve. They want to retrieve the vehicle. The vehicle is a 2021 white Dodge Charger that was stolen, and it's a 392 Scat Pack. They're offering $6,000 for information that will lead to the arrest of this guy. Interesting. They found that nigga quick. But I think dudes like this really think that they're not gonna get caught. It's no way these niggas are doing these crimes saying, yeah, I'm gonna get caught, but at least I got my mans. Like, no way, right? I'm not believing that. Okay. What was I trying to do? You know what? Chat. I think I'm gonna save. I do have two topics. I got a Trick Daddy topic, a Nelly topic, even though you might not care about that, and I got a Stephen A topic. Chat. I gotta save my voice if I'm gonna try to do this 30 or 30 shit. My voice is just completely hoarse right now. It's like completely done. I gotta go hydrate and whatever. I'm still getting over this sickness, chat. So I'm gonna call it here. Chat. I'll be back on tomorrow earlier. Put me in about like 4 o'clock. I'll be back at like 4 o'clock, and or 5 o'clock, and we'll go finish up the rest of the topics. And I can't wait. The reason I want to do this King James topic, this LeBron James and Stephen A topic, while I'm like super hoarse, I got too much jokes for this shit. This is crazy. Nah, this is crazy. My man said he was going to slap the shit out of LeBron if LeBron put hands on him.
So Big U, you shouldn't be surprised with anything with Big U. Big U is basically an A1 extorter. Like, he is in the Cali culture with the checking in where you're going to get robbed or hurt. It's basically like how mobs used to have business pay them for protection from them, which made no sense. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. If you're a regular civilian, honestly, like, bro, just don't go to the hood. You're famous. It's crazy. They probably look and see where all the famous people are staying at. If you don't check in, you'll get robbed. And that's only one gang, one set of the people. There's a bunch more other gangs that might still rob you. So, hey, man, but it's your boy Big X News. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I am out.